The captain of Liverpool set to leave, Real Madrid pulling a shocking U-turn on Trent Alexander-Arnold, and a wild twist in the Mo Salah contract saga that could change everything. What's going on behind the scenes at Anfield? I've got all the details, the drama, and some insider theories that'll leave you on the edge of your seat. Stick with me, because you won't want to miss a second of this. Let's dive in. Alright, my fellow Liverpool fan, let's dive into this exclusive update, just for you. Now, brace yourself, because there's some big talk going around about our beloved trio, Mo Salah, Virgil van Dijk, and Trent Alexander-Arnold. All three of them, yes, the backbone of our squad, are heading towards the end of their contracts this summer, and it's got everyone on edge. But let me break it down for you in true Red fashion. First off, let's not forget the drama we just witnessed against Brentford. What a game! 6 points clear at the top of the Premier League after a nail-biting 2-0 win, and who else but Darwin Núñez to save the day with 2 stoppage-time beauties. You could feel the cop roaring even through the telly, couldn't you? It's wins like these that make you believe this team is destined for greatness, but while we're charging toward title number 20, the clock is ticking on some of our key players. Now, Liverpool legend Robbie Fowler, the man, the myth, God himself, has weighed in on the contract situation. And you know when Robbie speaks, we listen. He's got a theory, and honestly, it's a bit of a spicy one. Fowler reckons that maybe, just maybe, 2 out of the 3 have already signed new deals behind closed doors. Yes, you heard that right. But the club's keeping it hush-hush because if they announced it, it might put the third player under even more pressure. Sneaky, right? But it does make you wonder who signed and who hasn't. Now, there have been whispers from the Netherlands that Virgil is close to inking a new deal. Makes sense, doesn't it? The man's a rock at the back, and losing him would be unthinkable. Meanwhile, Real Madrid has apparently got their eyes on Trent, and Saudi Arabia is circling Salah with their deep pockets. Honestly, the idea of Trent in anything but a Liverpool shirt? No, thanks. And Salah? The man's a goal machine, we can't let him go without a fight. Liverpool's boss, Arne Slot, has tried to keep things under wraps, though. He's playing it cool, saying the club is in constant talks with the trio, but he's not spilling the beans just yet. Fair enough, you've got to keep your cards close to your chest in these situations. But as a Liverpool fan, you've got to hope they're pulling out all the stops to keep these lads at Anfield. Here's the thing, we've got 17 games left in the season, and every single one is crucial. You and I both know this team is capable of something special, but the uncertainty around these contracts. It's a cloud hanging over what could be a historic campaign. Let's hope the club sorts it out sooner rather than later because this squad, with these players, is something extraordinary. Okay, let's continue it because we've got a lot to talk about, and it's all about one of our own, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Now, you and I both know that Trent isn't just another player, he's our player. A Scouser through and through, and for 8 glorious years, he's lit up Anfield with his magic. But now, well, things are looking a bit shaky, and I'll be honest, it's got me feeling all sorts of emotions. With less than 6 months left on his contract, Trent's future is hanging by a thread. Negotiations? Yeah, they've been going on for a while, but from what we're hearing, progress has pretty much stalled. It's hard to believe, isn't it? A player like Trent, the vice-captain, the heartbeat of this team, and we're sitting here talking about him potentially leaving. And then there's Real Madrid. Of course, it had to be them, didn't it? They came knocking earlier this month with what can only be described as an audacious, and let's be honest, borderline insulting, offer. Thankfully, Liverpool knocked it back straight away. But rumours, they've got a way of sticking around, and the talk hasn't stopped. Will they come back for him before the window shuts? Well, according to Mundo Deportivo, the answer is no. Apparently, a January move is off the table. And honestly, can you blame Trent? The lad's got his roots here, his city, his people, you. That connection between him and the fans? It's unbreakable. At least for now. But let's not kid ourselves, the fact remains that he's free to negotiate with other clubs, and as of now, nothing's been signed. And here's the kicker, the reports say Trent isn't happy with the terms Liverpool's offering. He feels he deserves a bigger pay rise than what's on the table. And you know what? Maybe he's right. He's been a game changer for this team. But it's frustrating, isn't it? Watching this situation drag on while we're in the middle of a title charge. Now, let's talk about the future. There's been a glimmer of hope, a cryptic celebration against West Ham that got us all wondering if he's staying. But the reality? Well, Bayern Munich is sniffing around, and Real Madrid is still the favourite to snap him up in the summer. As much as it hurts to say it, all signs are pointing to a Trent exit come June. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, yeah? Right now, he's still with us, and there's a lot of football left to be played this season. Liverpool's got a tough run in ahead, and whether he stays or goes, we need Trent at his best. Imagine this, Anfield, May, and Trent lifting the Premier League trophy. That's the picture I'm holding on to. All right, mate, let's talk about something that's always been a source of pride for Liverpool, the academy. You know it as well as I do, this club has built a reputation for producing top talent year after year. From the youngsters who've cemented their place in the first team, like Trent Alexander-Arnold and Curtis Jones, to exciting prospects like Jarell Quansah and Connor Bradley, the future has always looked bright at Anfield. But as much as we celebrate the ones who make it, not every academy star gets their fairy tale ending here. And today, we're talking about one of those cases. If you've been keeping an eye on the youth squads, the name Tom Hill will ring a bell. A Scouser through and through, he's been at the academy since he was just 6 years old. 6, that's 18 years of blood, sweat, and tears for this club. He even had his moment with the first team back in 2019, featuring in a Carabao Cup match. And let's not forget, he was part of the senior squad's tour of Asia in 2022. For a lad like Tom, pulling on the Liverpool shirt has always been a dream. But dreams can be cruel, can't they? Hill's journey to the first team was derailed by a knee injury that required surgery back in 2020. That injury sidelined him for 20 long months. Imagine that, nearly 2 years of watching from the sidelines, knowing you could have been out there proving yourself. He came back strong, though, captaining the U21s and leading by example, just like he did with the U18s. Now, here's the bittersweet news. According to Paul Gorst, Tom Hill is on the brink of leaving Liverpool to join Harrogate Town on an 18-month contract. Harrogate, sitting 19th in League Two, might not be where he imagined himself, but it's a chance to get his career back on track. And you've got to respect that, the grit, the determination to keep going no matter what. He's already represented Wales at U21 level, and you just know he's going to give everything he's got to make this move a success. Whether it's at Harrogate or somewhere else down the line, Hill's story isn't over. Far from it. So, while an official announcement hasn't come through yet, one thing's for sure, you, as a Liverpool supporter, will be rooting for him. Because that's what we do, isn't it? Once a Red, always a Red. Now, if you enjoyed this update and want to stay in the loop with everything Liverpool, do me a favour, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and stick around for more. You'll never walk alone.